All right, I think I'm live. Hello everyone. Let's start by blinding you with this white flashbang. Okay, this should be good. All right, how is everyone? Long time no see. Sorry about that. There's a few things I want to work on today. One is this calendar. This can be improved. Another thing is I have this spotlight thingy going on to have some quick actions like going to a certain invoice or a certain client or whatever, just to make everything pretty fast to move around. But yeah, I'm going to start with this calendar thingy because one thing is, once we click on a day where there's like an invoice available, then it pops up to the left, but maybe I want it below it. Let me do this just so that I can hear myself. That might be a bit nicer. So I don't want to scroll down all the time, so I think I'm going to switch it with the timeline here, or even just remove the timeline. Is there a timeline in here? Is that the shorting library you're using? No, for this thing you mean? I've written it in SVG. General Next.js React question. What would you use to validate the form on the client and also server side? Any chance to reuse the validation functionality? Not sure. It's been a while since I did something like that. I actually started writing my own. Hello, Abstract. I started writing my own, but it's been a while, so I have to think where it is located. Oh yeah, it's this one. Where do I use it? I'm doing okay. How are you? Oh, this is what I've done. So I have a validate function, and I have sort of a schema where I describe all the things it should have or should do. So like it should be a string, it should be a UID, it should be an email, it should be optional. You could argue that everything by default is required and you have to be explicit about optional, or the other way around, that everything is optional and you have to be you have to explicitly make it required, but just for explicitness I have both in there. Oh, you know, typical day of dev. Nice. Very nice. There should be a timeline in here. And oh, here you can see like a bunch of code for the chart thingy with SVG. So I had this as well. Oh, I think I was working on something like this where you get lines. Ooh, it's all not a number. That's kind of funny. So let's not worry about this one. Where is the timeline again? Okay. Now I want to move this one up. That's gonna be a calendar one. Yeah, that's fine. Like in this view, it's kind of okay. But if you're not in this view, it's sort of annoying. Yeah, I think I want it below it, and I also think I want to have a new design-ish for this thing. But let's start by tweaking this one, and I think I'm going to do it like this, so that I can see what I'm doing. I already create like a little calendar component, and there's like a render prop where you can how to render the actual event. So that's what this is doing. So if I replace this with like a span, is there like a invoice number? Okay. So let's see how this is implemented currently. Arrow up, arrow down. Ooh, I forgot about this. If I'm in here, I can use my arrow keys. But I should also stop the default behavior because the page is still scrolling, so that's not good. Let's get these in here. Oh my god, Trash. Thank you for the sub. And welcome. Welcome to the stream. It's been a while. I'm sorry. Since last stream I did some fun things, by the way. Let's see if I can demonstrate that kind of thing. So I can run tests. You know, some tests. And I believe... Who are you? Calendar is new? Yeah, calendar is new. And also, let's see if I can do this. I have this nerd mode thingy. So it's with N, and then I can run yarn tests. And if everything passes, my lights go green. But in case I make a mistake in one of my tests, so validate tests. Let's say this is gonna be 26. And I do it again. That's gonna be red. So that's kind of fun. What did you do for the lights? I have Philips Hue lights, so you can just make API requests to your Philips Hue hub, and it's on your local network. So, will I leak something? No, it just goes to blue, and then it will run whatever you pass through. So in this case, yarn tests. And when that is done, we have this lights function. And what this will do is basically check the exit code. And if it's 0, it will be green. Otherwise, it will be red. Hello, Lead Rose. How are you doing? So yeah, now I can do fun stuff like this, where it goes blue for a second, or in this case 10 seconds. And since sleep will be successful, it should turn green. So maybe one day I'll do a stream where we can hook this up to some channel points or something, where you can control my lights. Okay, let's make sure that this is passing again. Right, good. Calendar. Okay, so now there is no scrolling going on because I prevented the default, which is nice. So I want to get rid of this thing, move it below it. That's happening in this block. So let's make this a flex call, which should do this. And now instead of having it above it, I want to have it below it. Somewhere around here. That's better. Okay, so that's just the invoice number right now. What should we display there? Something very similar to this maybe, but what's a good idea for this? Admin index. Yeah. I think for now I can do this thing, but I'll copy this this one in very small invoice. That's a good name. Very small invoice. Does the calendar just show that what days you made invoices for? Currently, yes. So there's like this one. So every time there is a dot, it means there's something on that day. And they could have certain states. So in this case, we have a draft state. In this case, we have a paid state. In this case, we have a sent state, and there's also like overdue. Do I have examples of this? Don't think so. It's just random generated data right now. So this is the... Okay, so there is something going on with this border. I don't think I want a border. That means I also don't want this shadow. I also don't want to have a hover for a border. Border. What else? Focus ring. Yeah, this is kind of funny because this little dot indication is when you're still in a draft state, but the issue date is already in the past. So that means you forgot to send it. And this is kind of handy for myself when I have a list of upcoming invoices that I see. So this is in the next 14 days. Something will be needed to be sent soon-ish, and then on the day itself, I can send it, and then I have this like nice little indication going on. So I think I still want the link so that you can go to the thing. One thing I want to do. Do you use this to invoice Tailwind Labs? I do. But then with real data and not mockup data. I don't think I want this. Do I want this? I made it myself. That's why it's so ugly. I have a stamp and a badge. Is the variant exposed? Yeah. What does batch look like? Okay. I'm going to not Taylor Swift. What? Tay? Interesting. Do we have like lists? List containers, description lists? E-commerce is coming, by the way. It's coming. Card headings, description lists, stack lists. Do we have some of the new stuff that I can use? Secret stuff. I think I want something like this in a very simple way. So I think what I'll do is what is going on in here? Okay, that's better. Drafts, money. I want to move this to the ends. And I want to do this before here. Okay, I can use PPP for this. Sure. Maybe I want a not on this one, of course. Not on this one. I want it to be here. 100, 50. Sure. That's kind of funny that this invoice is like €0. Oh, quantity of 0. Gotcha, gotcha. So what I want to do as well is in my calendar cheat a little bit by doing events is events.concat events.concat events, which should give me like multiple items. Yep, that's the case. So now the question is, do I want a list like this, or do I want something more like this? Divide y. Yep, that makes sense, because we will use a grayish color. So when I go back to white, identified. Thanks for the follow, Exception. I think this one is of default color. This is okay-ish. Here's something fun to try. What if we do this in here? So it's before it, sure. Here's a fun question. Do we want to just list whatever is on this day? Or do I want to list that you can see in the whole view? So for this current month, then you can see like there's only gonna be one for this month, but for this month it's gonna be 3. And then you can see them all at once. Not sure. Oh, it's also kind of funny because since I copied that events thingy, there's gonna be the same identifier and does the same key. So that was kind of a broken thingy. So yeah, if we just are going to showcase or display the events on a single day, then I don't think we need the actual day listed in here. So if we get rid of that and we do something like invoice number outside of it, yes. Not sure what's more important in this case. I think we also want to display the actual client, I think. And in this case, another thing we can do is will this be fine to do like a little pipe? Or is it gonna be better if I do something like border R gray? Are you using Tailwind IntelliSense? I am not. This is well, I guess I am. Because it displays the actual thingy. I'm using COC Tailwind for Vim. Maybe it just started working again. I know there was like an issue if you have like JIT mode enabled, since that's a new thing, that it didn't work anymore. But maybe that has been fixed and not sure. At this point I know pretty much all the clauses by heart, so I don't really use or have a need for the actual Tailwind IntelliSense. But it can be useful if you want to know like a specific value or especially if you want to know what the final CSS is. So if I make this like a pixel wide, will I be able to see this? Yeah. What was the color up there? 400? Yeah, okay. I guess this is good. This is good. And once we have our money, I guess we can do something like client name. Oh boy. Thanks for the raid, Anthony. How was the stream? Which date lib do you use? I'm using date functions currently. Hello, hello. That's a lot of people. Welcome, everyone. I'm working on a little invoicing application. So if you're interested in that, you can stay. If not, you can stay as well. Thanks for the follow, Windvis. That's a funny name. Went fairly well, except when I ruined my YouTube API quotas. Ooh. Yep. That can be fun. Got rate limited real quick. Gotta build in the caches. And Anthony said you were doing some Python coding later on. Oh, okay. I can do Python. Is this how you Python? Help me. Is this how you Python? Has your beard grown since I last saw you live? Maybe. Maybe. Print functions, please. Okay, I'm just going to go back to here, to my JavaScript. That's the place I know. Print functions, please. Print is not a statement anymore. I'm not a Python developer, I'm sorry. But welcome everyone. We are working on this little view. Thanks for the follow, Zero. Of Zyro and Senpos. Working on this little bit where we are displaying the events for a certain date. Tailwind is cool too. Thank you. Thanks for the follow, Exonity. We want some hover going on. Let's see. Some boring gray 100. Is that too much? Yeah, that's not fun. I just started learning a little bit of front-end stuff. Still a bit confused with Flexbox and Grid. Flexbox and Grid can be fun. There is like this Flexbox Froggy, I think. Is it this one? Yeah. So this is a fun resource. Beldatas. So yeah, you have like a little froggy and you need to get to this spot. So one thing you can do is like if you have display flex, you can say like, thanks for the follow. You can play with all the properties in here. So if you type like justify content flex ends, you'll get there. Or flex start is in the beginning, which is going to be the default. There's also going to be items, align items that you can play with. Currently this won't do much because this is going to be the flex container. But yeah, this is a fun resource where you can learn stuff. There's also Grid Garden for Grid. Feel free to link it. Sirahul, the music is on Apple Music, and currently it's first to go by, I have no idea. How can I share this? Share, copy link. Does this work? Not sure. You're welcome. All right, so this hover effect is just stupid. I don't think I need this roundedness. Yeah, that's better already. I think I'm going with 50, which is like very light. Maybe one thing I'll do for the stream, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hard to see otherwise, is I'll make it fairly dark for now. And thanks for the follow. Quickest ways to send handle streams of data between API to frontend WebSocket event source. What more? Quickest way to send or handle streams of data. Yeah, event source is a good thing, I guess. WebSockets as well. WebRTC, sure. I think I want some rounded coordinates for the first one and the last one. First, border T LG. That should do something. Not bordered, rounded top. Why is this not doing what I expect it to do? At what point of comfort with CSS do you recommend moving to Tailwind? Drunk Time Lord mentioned it. I didn't say it, but right now. And last is gonna be rounded bottom LG. I believe we have an additional wrapper going on here. Yeah, so I have this thing. So it's always gonna be the first one, which is no bueno. I can fix this by going into the calendar. Where are we rendering the children? Let's see. Oh, I see, I see. We can make this a fragment. Can't find variable fragment. Tailwind takes unnecessary complexity away from CSS, especially if you're using it with something like React where everything is separate components anyway. So I don't even need to think about Flexbox or Grid or stuff like that. You'll definitely have to. Yeah, you will need to know how certain parts of CSS work. For sure. So I think now this is like the top is rounded, the middle one is not, the bottom one is rounded. Okay, I guess that's good enough. That's good enough. Now let's make it way more subtle by going back to 50. Okay, that's actually nicer. And I think I have this clone going on, which is not needed. And yeah, so this is working as expected. I think I want to work on the actual grids a little bit. What's your default UI combo? React? Insert component library here. I'm using React mostly with Next.js and Tailwind, and that's about it. That's about it. I use Tailwind with A17T. A17T. Oh my goodness, A17T. Do I want to look this up on stream? Okay. Atomic Design Toolkit. That's interesting. Interesting. Okay, so what if I start by doing, what is this div? This is the main div for the navigation. BG white, what if I go with blue 600? Yep, that's interesting. Text white, sure. Then the chevrons. Let's make this, let's inherit text white as well for this one. And here as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a tweet from my colleague James. And he has been designing a little calendar. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, James, where did you put it? Where did you put it? Is it custom? It's a custom component, yes. Okay, I'm almost there, I think, I hope. Where is the reference for this thing? That's nice. Okay, got it. Got it, got it. So this is like a fun little small component that's looking way better than what I currently have. It's kind of funny that somebody mentioned that is for me, but it's not. How did you build that? I'll show you in a second. So in case if you're interested, I'm going to build something like this. But I can cheat. I already have the design. Anyway. So how did I build this? Okay, so ooh, this is kind of ugly right now, but if I'm using date functions, which will provide me all the functions to do certain operations for the dates, like adding dates, adding months, adding weeks, difference in days, end of week, all these things. So essentially what I'm doing is, and I can't BG white. Okay, let's do this for just a second, because otherwise I can't handle this. Okay, so this component looks complex for me. Well, it's not that complex. Let me show you. There's like a few things that you have to do. So the reason why it might look complex is because there's like some TypeScript going on. But here's like the important part. So I have a line where I just have the current date as a state. And I do have this in state because you can switch the current, quote unquote, current date and go back. So what you want to do is find, so this is our current month, right? July. So the first day is gonna be on Thursday, the last day is gonna be on Saturday. But what you actually want to do is you want to start rendering from the 28th of June. So how do you even know how to do this? So what you do in my case is I have the current date, which is now. We have a function called start of month, and this function will get you to the 1st of July. But if that's the case, that's like not enough, because otherwise you get this, which may look correct, but what you will notice is that Thursday is on in the first column, but you want Monday, or if you are in like one of those countries that use Sunday as the first day, then you can use that. But what you want to do is once you know the first day of the month, you want to get the first day of that week, which will get you to this one. As I have this week starts on 1 because I want to render it from Monday. And then you have the start date. The end date is going to be, I want to add 5 weeks to it. The reason for that is so that you can always render 6 weeks because you already have 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this case, the last week is not really necessary because it's on the next month already. But if you go like 1 month let's go to August, then you will see that you do need 6 weeks. So instead of doing end of month and end of week, I just always render 6 weeks so that you don't have a jump. So if I don't do this, if I do end of month instead, if you do this instead, then what am I doing? Oh, this should be now. Okay, so in this case, this looks correct, but if I go to the next month, you will see that there's like an additional row. I do code some JS, but not HTML. See this? I'll talk about the graph thing next. So now that I have the 2 dates, what I will do is go all the way down where I'm actually rendering. So what I will do is get a difference in days between the start and the end date so that I know how many individual days there are. And then you, what you want to do is get the current date by doing add days on the start plus the current index. So remember, we are going from here. So this is index 0, index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And since I'm using grid, this is just automatically laid out like this. And the reason why these for the current month are gray is because what I do in here is for my styling. If it is today, then we render something. But if it is the same month, so that's the same month to now, then there's like a different background color. So it's not that hard to build if you use something like date functions. And the graph up here is just some SVGs. And I can show you that in here. So what I'll do is I have my invoice data, and I have to map it to certain points. And the points are calculated like this. So you need to map it. And the reason I have a mapper is so that I have an invoice, but an invoice in itself doesn't have like a number value. So in this case, I just want the total amount in euros. And then you get the min and the max out of it so that you know what your upper and lower and upper bounds are. And then you basically want to map the data you know, which goes from your min and max values to like the certain height that you want. And I use a map function for this, which looks complicated, but essentially what you can do is you say like, I have a value and the value goes from 0 to 1, but I want to map it from 0 to 100. It's like some form of scale that you can do. Like just map from A to B. Why frontend is so hard? It's not that hard. I mean, this is logic you can implement in on the backend as well, that mapping function. And yeah, so back to this design thing. There we go. PG white in here. Beautiful. Get rid of this. Sure. Let's put a overflow of hidden on here. So if I don't do this, you will see that these corners are like sticking out. How would the process of design and converting it into actual code look like? If you're interested in that, I can recommend you to watch some streams of my colleagues, because they did a conversion like that recently. So one is gonna be, I'll take the most recent ones. You do your own design. I use, thanks for the follow, Shendu16. I use Tailwind UI, so I don't do the design myself. My colleagues do that. And this is like a thing you can buy if you're using Tailwind CSS, and we have like a ton of examples here with basically copy and pastable snippets with full-on landing pages with React output, HTML output, or Vue output. So that's what I'm using. I work with Tailwind and on Tailwind, yes. I do. I think this is the div. Okay, so my days at the top here are also in the same grid. Maybe it wasn't clear. They are in the same grid, so I think if I put something like BG blue, what did I say? 600? Yikes, interesting. I have a rounded thing on here that's not necessary, but this is looking... Thank you. This is not nice. Although I think in the design James made, there is no gap at all. So what I'll do is this. do this, do this. And this. Is there more gaps going on? Okay. Now I need some borders. One thing I can do is put a border T on here. Yep, but a bit more subtle. So blue 300 maybe. That's so ugly. I do C#. I'm trying to make Tailwind to work with static def. I'm not a C# developer. I did it in uni, but that's a long time ago. Static.def. Is this safe to click? Your imagination, your generator. Do you fix error maximum update depth exceeded when render invoices? No, I did not fix that error because it's like not a realistic thing for me to worry about. If I ever have an issue when I need to render more than, let's say, 60 items on an invoice, and I do have that error, then I'll probably fix it. But it's currently not worth for me to dive into that issue. Why is this so ugly? Oh, I think I want to go darker maybe. Yeah, I don't like the border. But I don't like this either. Anyway, let's continue. One thing that I want to do in here is flip these around. Yep, that makes sense. The rounded stuff is not needed. Do I need this min-width stuff? I don't think so. I do want borders though. Give me borders. If it is today, ooh, this is, yeah, I don't think I can use border collapse. But what I can do is something like this. So borders of half a pixel, and then when two borders touch, they form 1 pixel. Oh, is the cube actually working, or did I disable it? Oh, it is working. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so for the current day, I don't want to do this, but I do want to say something like text blue 600s. And I also think I want to. Ooh, this is looking kind of nice, actually. I also want to center them. Okay. This is looking kind of fancy. I think I need a little bit more padding on at the top. It's gonna be in here. Do they go away after a minute? Well, what does go away? Once I click it, or what do you mean? I think I want to align them with something like this. I think I want a little bit more in here. Did my music stop? Oh no. The cubes. Oh yeah, the cubes. So the cube game is by Trash Dev. Let's do a little shout out. And it's similar to the DVD icon that jumps around, and then when you hit the corner, you basically win. So Trash has like a DVD. How do you call these things again? Emote. Do I have the emote? No, I don't. Sad. Okay, what's next? I think I also want to make the actual text color a little bit lighter, especially for the days that are not in the current month. So that's gonna be here. Text gray. Not Gary. Who's Gary? Text Gary. That's too light. Wait, what just happened? Is it really just such a big jump? Really? Interesting. Are you using any D3 in there for the graph? No, the graph is done manually. SVGs. Manual SVGs. Let's do this instead. Just playing around with the. Yeah, I think this is okay. This is okay. And for the current month, it looks like this. I think I want to get rid of the. Oh, here is like. I don't know if you can see it. It's gonna be hard to tell, but let's try and zoom in. We have like a ring that's over these buttons, but it's below the buttons that follow after it. So let's be a little bit nitpicky. And where do we have a focus ring in here? No, let's say on focus, I want to increment the Z index. So now they are on top of everything. Yep, that's working. I think I want to get rid of the stripes because the stripes are annoying me. BG stripes. Will my name be in the Tailwind UI demo? In the Tailwind UI demo? Not in the Tailwind UI demo, but it's gonna be in... Do I still have it? Do I still have it? Oh, I don't have it anymore. Demon Wolf. I do have your data here, Mr. Demon Wolf. Oh, I just downloaded your image. That's kind of creepy. That's kind of creepy. Okay. Where were we? Oh, in here. So let's make this 300. 200. Yeah. Buying the pack right away once it's released. Yeah. Do you already own one or two of them? Because if you do, then it's gonna be, you own the bundle. Oh, then the upgrade is gonna be fairly cheap. I don't know by heart, but it's gonna be less than 50 bucks. Which is gonna be nice. Okay, what do you think of the calendar so far? I kinda like it. I kinda like it. Maybe I want some hover going on. Is the native Mac OS doesn't have a hover state, but I guess that's fine. I use Tailwind UI too much. Can't use it too much of it. It's gonna be a big one, e-commerce. Do I already have some spoilers in here? I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. Okay. I'm gonna be careful. 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 Upgrade to get these components. Secret sauce. I like it. That blue is very nice. Thank you, Litros. I think I like it as well. It might be a little bit conflicting with this blue. Nice shirt. Thanks. We will clip it if you do that. Okay. I don't think there's... This is the funny part because so since I'm a staff member, I can already see it, the e-commerce, but I don't have a license for the e-commerce, so it's like locked stuff going on in there. I just don't want to spoil too much things. It's locked even for staff. Well, I can give myself a license. But yeah, I don't want to give away all the subsections we have. If you want to see actual implementations of, or not implementations, but the actual designs of it, then you could follow my colleagues, James and Steve and Adam, and I think David has been working on them as well. Working for Tailwind Labs, do you get all the packs even if you don't own it, or did you have to pay? I paid for the application UI one because I paid for it before I started working for Tailwind Labs. And then after that I just gave myself a license for support reasons. That's like for the marketing one, because I don't use a marketing one myself. Yeah, there's some nice things in there, but I don't actually use them. I think you're lost. Anyway, back to this one. Yeah, those are pretty neat. Also, the empty states are pretty fun. So I like that in a lot of projects you have something like there are no items available, but we also try to provide actual actions in there so that you can create a database or start a new project or create a type of project like this or invite team members if you don't have team members where you're getting data like this. No idea, but yeah, they're pretty neat. Okay, events July. And then there's like an X icon. What if I do something like I don't want to see these sparkles. These sparkles are... Oh, there should be some text. That's kind of funny. That's because... That's because of this one. I see. I still want it like this. So for this one... Okay, what if I break it up into 2 sections? What if I do something like the following? Where I have a outer div here. And I guess another div here. That's outside of it. Mr. Demon Wolf redeemed Hydrate. Oh, good idea. Good idea. I hope I'm still playing DMCA free music. Because otherwise that would be bad. But I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Alright, so this part could be... like this, like this. Now it's its own section, which means that I can do this and this and something like this. Something will be overlapping, but that's gonna be fine. BG blue, this is gonna be like this. Overflow hidden, empty2. I already had an empty2. Oh, I did not. Overflow hidden, flex call, flex, overflow hidden. Something like this, something like this. And I think I have a... What do I have here as a gap? Gap 4? Sure, I can work with that. So empty2 is gonna be empty4. Good, good. This is the py2 of that thing. Okay, so I can make this p4. Hi Jersey Milker, how are you doing? What are you building at the moment? So I'm working on this calendar component. So whenever you click on, so this will display all the days where I have like potential, or where I have invoices. So when I click one, I'll open a new panel with a list of all the invoices on that day. And I think it's kind of nice that this is its own section, because now this is still one component, but it's split up into 2 sections. So this can be this nice little calendar. I believe this is gonna look pretty ugly if it's bigger. But we can work on it. I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. It's been a while since I streamed, so I thought maybe let's do a stream. And I have a week off next week, so maybe I'll do some streams during next week. I think the call should be shipped in a split component. Sorry, what do you mean? Like, you want to ship it like this? I'm not building this for Tailwind UI, if you're wondering that. This is for the invoicing system. It's my personal project, but I do leverage Tailwind UI and Tailwind, so there is a bit of overlap going on there. What did James do? Okay, so he has something similar to this. I think this is already looking nice. I'm just not sure about the roundedness that I did in here. So that's gonna be in here first. Yeah. So let's remove those. Okay, cool. Now I do want to see. So we do have the name on Drika and Sons. I came for the Vim. This is the Vim. All the Vims. All the Vims. Or the Neo Vims. If you are interested in my dot files, I think you already know the link to it, but just in case. There we go, dot files. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I have. Thanks for the follow, Umerlachi. The client's name. What else? What other data do I have of the client's image URL? That's nice. Okay, that I can use that to do something like. Nice. Okay. I've seen the dot files. I know who you are, but I didn't want to dox you if you're not comfortable with that. So I've made the link myself. Rounded full age 6. 8 maybe. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll move this to here, and I'll move this into its own div, and I'll move this, and now I can say flex here, flex here. Okay, good. Flex in columns. Yep. Then I'll say items is gonna be center. Yep. I think I can use gap already. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. What code editor are you using? Does not look like VS Code. It's not VS Code. It is NeoVim. 8 might be a bit too much. And then I'll go to 10 here. I'll stay with 8. Oh, here is something I can do. I'll go to 6 and I'll move the money part out of it and move it in here. Oh goodness. Hey Robin, I joined late. I just want to know how you are getting the days in a month. I'm using date functions. This library. So basically what I do is I'll calculate what this day is. I usually look at the calendar. Sure. Yep. I calculate what the first day here is, and then I'll render, and I'll calculate what this day is. And then I get how many days there are by doing a difference between them, and then rendering them. And I do that by using this calendar start of week. So get start of the week. First get the start of the month for the month of the current date. Then if you know that one, because that's going to be this, the first here, then you do start of the week so that you can get this one. Then you, if you know this one, you add 5 weeks, so you get this one. And then you go to the end of the week, so you get this one. So now you have the 31st and the 11th. And then you do a range of difference in days. Oh boy. Hello, Vinicode. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. Nice face. Robin M6 face. Admin index. What time is it? Ooh, it's getting late. It's almost midnight. Okay, so now we have this thing. It does feel a little bit awkward that the monies is in there. So maybe the money part should move here. And then where are you based again? I'm from Belgium. I think Alacrity, Vim, and Nord team. That looks familiar. Oh, do I use the same, Steffi? I do use Alacrity, NeoVim, and Nord. That's correct. What window management is this? I am using Amethyst. So I think I want to keep the image because that's what I'm doing here as well in these two sections. Do you know if e-commerce Tailwind package will be a part of Tailwind UI? It will be a new package in Tailwind UI, yes. So if you want it, then you already, I can't speak anymore, boy. If you want it, then you will have to purchase it. But if you already own 1 or 2 packages, then it will be a very cheap upgrade. Does Amethyst add the padding on the sides? Yes, it does, if you want to. and I can switch between things. Yep. I think I have it in here. So I say, give me 12 pixels of margin. So I can increase it to 24. Now it's bigger. But I like the 12. Already using magnet. Yeah, this is like a proper window manager. So if I open new things, it does stuff like this. You can make this the full one on the left, and there's like different modes. So there's like white mode, full screen mode, column mode, binary partitioning mode, floating mode, and the tall mode that I mainly use. And you can also move like, so if you have your main one on the left, and you can move items to the main one, or you can move items back to the right one. And if you have like multiple windows like this, and you want to make this one like full screen for a second, or just a bit taller, you can make it a floating window. So notice that the one behind it is like full now. And now I can drag this around, and it just stays there. And I can make it not floating anymore, and then it jumps back where it belongs. Amethyst Masterclass 1. Right about now. Did you buy this, or was it free? Did you buy? I see what you did there. Good one. I had magnet, but Amethyst is so much more flexible. Yeah, it's like, I like that this tool is doing all the work for me. So I just switch between sites, and it's very, very nice when I open a new one. It's just in the correct spot. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Let's do this. Okay. I'm not 100% happy with this, but it should go to this one. Here is my beautiful, beautiful paid invoice of incredible soft salad and sleek small frozen cheese. Gross. Handmade plastic salads. Also gross. Okay, so now this empty screen, I don't like this. I don't like this. That's in calendar. I'm sorry. It's kind of funny that this is actually the copy I chose. It's very true. So one thing I want to do, if we have a view date and we have some events, then I want to show it. Wait, hold on. What? Oh, I see. This should be grouped key. Oh boy, this is annoying. Okay, here's what I'll do. Here is what I'll do. Okay, so now when I click around, nothing happens. But if I go to one where we do have data, then we have this. This has like ugly scroll bars because of this little thing. But I think I should be able to fix that. right? It's gonna be this one. I don't think z-index is gonna be enough. One thing I can do is render it in a portal. If I do it in a portal, it's gonna be fine. Scroll bar is gonna be fine, but the actual position is gonna be wrong. And the reason for that is because it's in a portal. So it's rendered at the end of the body. So it's technically gonna be up here somewhere. So I think I can even prove it if I do something like Z50. Will I be able to see it? It's gonna be here somewhere. So one thing I can do is use popper. Okay, let's use popper. Not poop, popper. And I think I have code for this in pooper. Yeah, it's pooper. I think I have like a use popper thingy. Use popper. Use popper.ts. We do the I'm going to do this. Copy, paste. And I think the usage is fairly easy because you get a trigger and a container, which are refs. So I should be able to do the following. Trigger and container. This is gonna be the, what is the trigger? The button? Okay. I think I want to do something where I wrap these. So they, okay. I'll do this. And I do this. Can't find variable use popper. Why is it not showing stuff? Empty diagnostics. Oh well. Oh, there we go. Import use popper. Thank you very much. This one is already paid. There is one. But I don't see what I want to see. What if we just have this? Okay, so there we have stuff. Okay. Placements, top and that's pretty good already. Offset is gonna be What if I have 10, 10? Okay, gotcha. What if I have 0, 0? That's kind of funny actually that it pops out like that. I kind of like it. Let's double check something where if I go to my calendar itself, let's do some cleanup. Slowest payment of 12 hours. Yeah, this is test data. The real data here is 24 minutes for the fastest payment and 1 day for the slowest. Which is kind of cool. It's like useless information, but still kind of fun. Because I also want like top paying clients or something in here, but I currently don't have a lot of clients. Okay, this is good. I think I can actually drop these options since it's 0. Can I drop the modifiers altogether? Yeah, okay. So I wanted to do this again, where we say events, concat events. And now we should be able to see, like I tripled it. You use this for freelance? I do. Why do I not see multiple of those? Did I make a boo-boo? Oh, what is the actual key I'm using? It's the current date. That's kind of stupid, actually. But I think it's the only... I do have an ID. Why am I using a... Looks fancy. Thanks. Yeah, it's relatively simple. I've been moving things around for now, but it's like the main data on top, so all the invoices and in what state they are, some quick information about the fastest and the slowest payment and who the client is. Now I'm working on this calendar. I also have like the upcoming invoices and the little graph. Yeah, but I mean it's like so I work for Tailwind Labs, but they are in Canada and I'm in Europe, so they are technically a client of mine. So here's the list of all the clients, and one thing I built in is like a current time offsets or time zone offsets and the current dates or time there for this time zone, which is kind of handy. And this is like an overview of the actual contacts. So you get the same quick fun information here, the logo and the company, some quick information about how many invoices are paid or the total amount of it, and the cent if there's like other states. This is Sweet Broadcaster. What do you mean? Tax stuff, contacts, and there's like a list by quarter, per quarter, and a list at a timeline. That's also cool. Like we added this company 10 months ago. We added 3 people, and we added another person and another 3 people and invoices. Any reason for using Next.js instead of React? Next.js uses React. Next.js just gives you like all the stuff you need on top, like a router and the build tool and server-side rendering and stuff like that. It's structured like a salary though, so just send one big invoice as a receipt at the end of the year. Oh, I see. I just send an invoice every month. Thanks for the follow, Niratex function. I have my invoices. I use this mainly for generating my invoices. So they actually look like this. This is the real design of it, but it's just like with dummy data for now. So company name, the due date, some simple due date information, client information, and then the items and thank you for doing business and some payment items. And there is normally some legal text here as well, but that's not the case for everyone. This error is something you don't have to worry about. Oh, and I'm using event sourcing. So I also have a list of all the events that happened in the system. So invoice has been sent, looks like this. Is there like a more interesting one? Let's see. Client has been added. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Like tax information is structured like this. Billing information, legal text, phone number, email, client ID, currencies, image URLs, all the good stuff. Okay, Amethyst is pretty sweet so far. How do you tell a specific window to float? For me, it's Shift Option T. What database is used? So currently I have, for the event store, it's MySQL, and for my projections, I'm using MySQL and Redis in-memory database stuff. So I use multiple databases. Okay, so I'm using, okay, here's what I'll do for now. Don't do this at home. But 3, why is only 1 rendered? I'm a little bit scared about this. Do I have multiple in the DOM or not? I do not. Here's 1, 3 items. Oh boy, I need to do this. Crap. This is the one where I needed to concat, because this one is just for the 3 dots. So that's looking better. And let's refresh. Let's go here, let's go here, let's go here. Okay. So my divide is not that ideal. divide. Oh, here it is. Divide gray. Ooh, this is way better. I don't even know if you can see it on stream. So here's one final thing I want to do, and then I'm going to call it a day. So for now, when you click one, you will see the list. And if you click it again, it's like gone. But what I want to do is, if you don't have anything selected, I want to list them all for the current month you see. So in this case, there should be 3 items. And I think that makes sense. So if I do view dates, we can wait, did I ask a question? I'm confused. What did I ask? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. What can we do? You mean displaying all the items? Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. That's good. That's good. So let's go for like 10 more minutes or something. Then I have been streaming for 2 hours. So this grouped thingy, so what we do here is we basically group all the events for certain dates. So what I want to do, should I do a, okay, here's what we can do. Grouped per day. And let's do a grouped per month, which is gonna be not PPP, but it's gonna be format PPP. Can I get to just April? Okay. So I can use something like this. And I also want to the year, which is gonna be Y's, I think. Give me some Y's. Yeah, there we go. Grouped per month. Yes, 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 yes. Monsky. What did I say? LLL and YYY. Right? Yes. Game for the code stream left with my workflow changed by some random window manager. Nice. It's always fun to improve your workflow and your setup to make you more productive. So I'm happy you like Amethyst. Mont, if I can spell right. Oh my goodness. Where am I? Oh, I should be here. and it's gonna be view date. If that's the case, then we want this one. Otherwise, we want this one, and we want to group them together. Something like this. Invalid time range. You are an invalid time range. Let keys format view date PPP. Okay. Am I using this key somewhere else? No. Get this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want this one in here. Do something like this. Does it make sense? If you have a view date, you want to do this. Otherwise, you want to do it for now, I think. So, invalid time range. Chevron left, where do we use it? Set now, current month. Okay, set now. Why is it not correct? Grouped per month. What is this? Okay, April, June, March, and May. And we get a list of objects. So when I do this, it shouldn't crash. But it does crash. Invalid time value. Does this work at least? It does. Do I have a view date? So we've got now and view date null. Now and view date null. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. We are using view date in here as well. What if I just get rid of this? What if we just get rid of this? And of course, get rid of this. Okay, so when I go here, we see multiple ones. We see 8, 9, 10. We probably want to show the date as well. But if I click on the individual one, it's gonna showcase, display this one. If I press close again. Okay, so here's what we'll do. If you have a view date, Then we do this. This is kind of funny, kind of nice. I kind of like it. So what we'll do in here is get a date in there as well. Will it make sense to do this? Formats, invoice, issue date, PPP. No issue date. Oh. Why is this a string? Let's part a string then. Okay, June 8th, 2021. I guess I don't need the 2021 in there. Is that one with an additional P? Or is it with fewer P's? How many P's does one need? Where are my P's? Okay, here. Is there like just one with 29? What if we do this? And then we do this, and then we do... I don't like building it myself because that won't be future-proof if I want to launch this software all over the world for localization purposes. No, I'm just gonna use... is this too much? Yeah, it's definitely too much. June 8, 2021. Hi, Kodiko. How are you doing? Oh, the drop is not working. The cube is working, or should be. Get some cubes in there. We are working on this little component. So you have like a calendar view. And these are like from the previous month, next month, current date. You can click on one. You can use your arrow keys to navigate, which is kind of cool. And then when you go to a month where there is like stuff, I sort of wish this worked. Oh, here it is. So there's like what is it called? There's data on this month, so it's shown below it. So on this month, there's like 3 items. So the 5th, the 19th, and the 30th, and those are the related invoices. And if you click one, you get to a specific date, and if you close it, you get to this one. Yeah, I might need to play with the alignment here, because this is not that nice. All the cubes. yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day. I think, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this implementation so far, with what it can do. Yeah, shall we rate someone? Does somebody know? Does somebody has a preference? Who's live that I follow? There's CM Griffin. Yeah, let's rate Griffin. Okay, so I'm going to call it a day. I have a week of next week, so I'm going to try and stream a bit more. I hope you liked it. Make sure to join the Discord, and I see that Stream Elements already provided some links. Make sure to follow me on the Twitters. And let's start this raid. Okay, I'm also going to upload my VODs to YouTube as like an archive thingy. Which, do I have a link for that? That would be kind of dope. I do not. Playlists. Creating an invoice. Yeah. I think you can do that one. Yep. So I'll do some more streams. Make sure to join the Discord. Make sure to follow me on the Twitters. And I'll stream. Missed all the action. Jeez, yeah. You will have to rewatch then. You will have to rewatch. You got a nice big raid from Anthony. So yeah, I'll see you later.